you're in and around the tech community, and there are a lot of
Yeah.
articles like lack of diversity in tech. Like, why in your opinion is that? Like, where does that come from? We'll get to solutions in a second, but
Yeah,
why?
man. Yeah.
Loaded question.
Loaded question. Yeah. I kind of feel like multiple reasons. I think there's no like one, I say like, oh, I don't like to look at tech maliciously, but I would say 20% could possibly be malicious of just like ignorance and people who just like don't want to change. I think lack of exposure on both sides of the fence create, the barrier. Like I said, I grew up I would have never come downtown if it wasn't for my uncle. If it wasn't for my uncle bringing me downtown and kind of setting into motion, like me knowing that there's this different world that exists, like I would have never possibly came downtown. And even now, there are individuals that grew up in my same neighborhood that have never stepped foot past Sox 35th Street, right? It was like it didn't have a reason to. It had no business to come downtown. And so, the lack of exposure on both sides. I know individuals that have lived up north all their life and have never gone south of Sox 35th. Go to see a Sox versus Cubs game. And it's like, well, I know the 35th. This is as far south as I've been. And so I think, the exposure and then the fear, I feel like I'm in more of the diversity and inclusion and equity space than I am in the staffing and placement space. And I kind of feel like there's this fear of nobody wants to be ignorant, like it's no room to be ignorant for anybody. Like you can't be ignorant publicly because you get called out. And it's ignorance that exists on both sides. And at some point, somebody has to take off the know-it-all cap, the entitlement cap, and just say like, all right, we don't know. Let's figure it out together. And so I think the combination has culminated in what we see today when it comes to the tech industry.
That's interesting. So there's like there's an opportunity for here's what's out there, right? Here's what opportunities are out there for everybody in this country. Just an awareness, education. Here's maybe how you get there and the things that you can do now and what it takes and all this kind of stuff. And on the flip side, hey, there's this community for whatever reason you're not tapping into that has really untapped potential.
Yeah.
And at Rework, you're really kind of like the intermediary between both.